You're on.
Hardcore 24.
Hardcore 24.
So what we're going to do here, my friends, is this is an entire year. It was actually January. I started this whole thing where I was like, haven't heard Happy Hardcore in a long time. I wonder what they're doing, if they actually exist. They, like, it, what. So, Hardcore 24 was a project that I didn't know would be a project until the end of the year. But, here it is. It started January. I heard this song. It started January. I heard this song. Is it even on the? Oh yeah, it is. Rave All Night by S3RL. So I think he's or she's called Surreal. Gotta get my fat pants on. Dance with me until the moonlight. It's like a romance story. I laughed so hard that I was like, oh, it's gonna go on my list. And it kept coming up and I kept being like, man, I should research more. Like, what are they doing? I haven't listened to Happy Hardcore since like 98 or something. So I started really getting into it and I found my Baker's Dozen. Hardcore for 24. Baker's Dozen. I was going to make it a regular dozen, but I had to have that 13th song because, 12 just ain't enough. I was going to do top 10, but that's so lame. So generic. So, anyway, in no particular order, these are songs that I finally eliminated down into a lot of different categories. First one I'm going to talk about is Hunter's Lullaby, 2020. And then I don't know what it's all about, but it's got one of those ohms with the cross in it. So, like, it must be Norwegian. Who knows? But it's got this anthem. It's this simplicity of
And then all of a sudden it comes at you screaming. And the anthem is so screaming.
It kind of blows my mind. I think maybe it's for a movie or a video game. Who knows what the hell it's for. But absolutely love it. The next one is Shake Your Body by Quick Drop. And you can also find this. I had this list on Spotify. Hardcore 24. And I did hard like HARD caps. Yeah, in case you want to hear this madness. But Shake Your Body by Quick Drop is so fun. It basically drops the floor. And when it comes into it, it's not just house and hardcore and breakbeat. It's also like just sexy as hell and funky and simple. And it has the woo, and it has a lot of all these things that are magnificent about excruciatingly fun music. The next one would be Mana Spring. Mana Spring has that 8-bit production, and it's so manic. I think it was the second one. This is probably back in like February or something, maybe March, where I started getting into, let's check this out. And this came up, and it just blows your mind. It has so much. It's pure. The time, the tempos, the switches. It's purely. Anthems. It's got everything. Next one would have to be Saving Light, which this one's like some screaming ballad from somebody just so concerned about how her depression needs something. You'll be my saving light. It's like everything beautiful about good trance and hardcore. It's like the end of the world is near. And if I don't have someone to save me, I'm just done with this whole thing. And it's got the waterfall. Magnificent. Next one is Hectic by DJ Shimamura. This guy, he's got at least 4 songs that I'm in love with. But this one, I love so much because it screams from the very top of buildings to the very bottom of the dungeons of happiness. But you know, where you're like, and this sample's so old school. He pulls out samples from the 90s. Here we go. It's the end of the frickin'. And for a while, I thought that this sample said, this song is huge, but it says this love is huge. But it screams it so intensely that it encompasses both the happy and the hardcore. It's like, and then all of a sudden, okay, Northern Lights. It doesn't get much better than Northern Lights. It's so cheesy, so amazing, with her voice slowly, like lulls you into this, like, look to the north and the snow and the cold and everything, and we just gotta snuggle up and we gotta hold each other and everything's gonna be just fine. And then the music comes in and it's just crushing. And in my mind, has to do with another Shimamura song. Such a genius. And massive amounts of love. It's just, it's like, I'll do anything on earth. Like, it's just over. You know, when someone's babbling to you when they're really drunk at a bar and they're just like, oh, we're so in love. And you're like, I remember what that's like. And you're like, kind of cheesed out because you're sober, but you drink enough and then you're like, I understand what you're talking about. That's like this one. It's like just relentless amounts of happiness.
Madness!
And the next one, Lost in the Music, Technicore, of course. And this is with Suse, which I don't know. It has that boom, 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 boom. But the sample is so 90s screaming house type of, you know, like, everybody dance now, whatever. You know, it's like, I'm lost in the music. You know, she's just like, she's manic. She's so lost in the music. And the music reflects it. It 100% reflects how lost in the music she is. And it loses you in the music. I mean, it's like one of the greatest anthems ever. It screams. Here it goes. She's not just lost in the music, she's double. And it keeps screaming like that. It keeps going from it. So... Okay, This one right here, it's called Low Tonight. I have no idea what this sample is saying, and it doesn't matter. That's this. This captures samples. Like, you just catch the way someone says something, and you put it to music, even if it doesn't make any sense. It reflects back to like Cocteau Twins or Dead Can Dance or some of these things where it's just like there's babbling, like Enya, you know, just there's babbling euphoric stuff, but it makes sense to you, given copyright infringement. This next one is called Heart Attack. This is also the Surreal, the S3RL, along with M Project, Crystal, and Ephion. This one is the perfect little bouncy. So happy! The screaming anthem, of course, you need that. But her little voice just tweaked up and then augmented. It doesn't get any happier than this. It doesn't get any more hardcore than this. This is happy hardcore through and through. Everything. From the anthem to the explosion, to the way the drums are, to the way her voice goes. To her little message that's just... She's happy, but she's serious about her happiness. The final one in our Baker's Dozen for 24. This is just personally my shit because I tell you what, hard trance is where I fell in love. Hard trance is the reason why I started spinning records, the reason why I've spent like thousands of dollars on vinyl. Is because when a hard trance anthem hits in, it will destroy you. You will be but dust. And she's just squealing like, I don't want to see you fade out, you know? It's almost like, I don't want to see you grow up and be a... We'll have to edit that out. No, but this is Technicore. Again! Technicore, man. Absolute genius. I can't wait to see him live. Here comes in the... Here it is. This is UK hardcore trance at its finest. Never gets old to me. Talk to me in another 20 years, maybe it'll get old. But so far, it's been 30 years that I absolutely can't get enough of this. So if you don't like hard trance, then yeah, we can no longer be friends, but it's okay. You know, I'll miss you, B. think this is the perfect blend of hard energy, hard trance, and happy hardcore. And that rounds off my 24. That rounds off my entire year of obsessing about this. So I guess starting 2025, I can no longer listen to hardcore anymore. Because, you know, that was my year. That was my hardcore year. So, you know.
What will 25 bring?
Oh, who knows? Okay.